Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing something a little different and hopefully the type of style video that I'll be doing a little more often, but still keeping up with the YA Ink videos. But today I'm going to be talking about the Forest of Hands and Teeth trilogy. This is pretty much going to be a review of the trilogy as a whole. There won't be any spoilers, so if you haven't read the books yet, then don't worry. Now, the first book in the series is called The Forest of Hands and Teeth. It is the shortest book in the series, and it comes from the point of view of Mary. And she lives in this town in a forest, and the town is completely surrounded by a giant fence, and then there are these zombies that are constantly clawing at the fences, trying to get to the humans that are inside. Instead of calling the monsters zombies, they call them the Unconsecrated, because the town bases its livelihood around religion. Now, if you don't enjoy reading about religions, that's okay, because the book isn't necessarily based upon it. The main character, Mary, doesn't really believe in it. She's stuck in this world, and she kind of wants to escape out to the ocean that she doesn't even know if it exists or not. The next book in this series by Carrie is The Dead Tossed Waves. When I went to read this, I actually thought it would be still in the point of view of Mary, but it's not. It's actually in the point of view of a girl named Carrie. And her story is very interesting as you start to realize the connections this book has to The Forest of Hands and Teeth. Now, this book is still set in the same world. There are still the zombies, but in their township they call it Mudo, I believe. It's M-U-D-O. That's what they call their zombies instead of the Unconsecrated. In the final book, the point of view is Anna, and you'll soon find out who that is and how it's relation to Carrie, who is in relation to Mary. As a whole, I love this series. The covers are just stunning. The only problem I have with this cover, even though it's absolutely gorgeous, the makeup on the girl it isn't my point of view of what Mary would look like. However, the other two, I just love the cover for The Dead Tossed Wave, and I still love the cover for this also, but I feel like that's Anna, and once you read the book, you'll realize that would never be her face. Now, this series is just amazing in my point of view because it really makes you kind of think about life as a human. And it may sound a little odd to say that, but once you read the final book, you'll realize what I'm talking about. The characters kind of think to themselves, why should I keep trying to stay alive when it's just a hopeless action? I try, and I go through each day just risking my life even more and more, trying to survive, and it's for nothing. All I see is the world rotting and turning into this place where there are no human beings. The entire series is post-apocalyptic, but the final book, there's almost as if it's a second apocalypse, where there was the first apocalypse and the initial thing with the zombies, but then it sort of calmed down. But then in the third book, we have almost like a repeat where the zombies kind of almost rise up again and start to overflood things. So then in the last book we get a lot of action, and that's what my favorite part about it is. But it's also because the characters are thinking, why should I just keep trying to stay alive? Why am I going through all this just to end up dead the next day? Another thing that is absolutely breathtaking about this entire series is just the detail and the description of all the books, of the zombies, and it's kind of gory. I can definitely see this not being a favorite book to a lot of people because it is very vivid in the description. And of course we have rotting flesh being described and things like that. So it's not exactly a happy book. I would never categorize this as a happy series. But it really captures you into the story, and you're brought into this world of survival and how are we gonna get through this? Is the world ever gonna turn around? The series in a whole, I would probably give it 4 out of 5 stars. I only say this because I had a really hard time picturing the things that the author was trying to describe. I just could not picture the landscape. But if I was just judging the first book, I would give it 5 out of 5 stars. I don't care about the fact that I couldn't picture the landscape. This book was amazing. I loved it. I think I went through it very quickly. And it was just a really good read. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you want more videos where I just talk about the books I read, then comment below, tell me. If there's a book that you'd like me to review, also tell me in the comments below. And as always, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and you'll see future videos later.